Hello, lovelies. This is Lynn. It's great to be with you. Today is Tuesday, May 6th, and I'm just popping on to do a share of some of the spiritual things that have happened to me over the last couple weeks that I have found really interesting, and I'm excited to share them with you. And I would love to hear your comments at the end, because I'd love for you to just watch the whole thing. Um, Anyway, so I would love to hear your comments at the end below the video to know where spirit is showing up in your life and how you're getting messages or or is it what clairs are coming through or that type of thing. Because this is, to me, that's the excitement about doing this channel. Uh, and let me get started on that. So I had a reading from Jenny at Celebrity Tarot or Sad Moon Diva, and I'll put her links below for her channel. A couple weeks ago now, I had that reading, and that morning I was standing in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and um, I suddenly had this very quick video, is what it felt like, of her past lives. And I found that to be really interesting, but mostly because of just how fast, how fleeting it felt like. And a lot of the stuff that I'm getting lately is in that really rapid communication. Sometimes it's like a movie that just goes across the front of my brain. Sometimes it's music that just there's a verse in the song that really connects with me. Sometimes it's so random. It's hearing something or it's seeing something or it's just so random as to how it comes to me, but it just triggers another thought in my head of, oh, and then a great example of this, sorry, my computer is jumping around. A great example of this is in meetings, I tend to come up with the next topic before it's introduced, which can be kind of a pain in the butt as a team member. Sorry if my coworkers ever see this in the future. Sorry. Um, anyway, so she asked me why I started this channel, and that was a really good question. And my answer at the time was number one, so I had a place to go with all the information and all the spiritual growth that I feel like I'm going through right now. And to create community with like-minded or like experienced, maybe is a better word for it, individuals, and others who want to be on this path and who are trying to find a place where they can grow and they can build their spiritual connection. So that is my purpose for this channel. Um, and I do want to see this channel grow. So if you have a mind to share, please do. Um, anyway, but also I want it to be authentic growth. I want people to really be here because they want to be, because our content is good, because we're fun and we're, yeah, uplifting. I know I could use some work on that. I'm not always the most happy person on the face of the earth. I'm a realist. So, oh. All right. Anyway, so then after that, um, I was talking with my husband, and so he struggles to make that connection with spirit. And he's like, oh, you hear him, I don't. No, 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 they're with you because I hear them for him. And the very interesting thing to me, years ago, he and I had gone on a trip to Italy, and while we were there, we traveled to Germany for 4 days. From the moment I was a little girl and had heard about concentration camps, I knew that I needed to go and see them in person, at least one, at least once. And so we made that a priority for our trip to Europe. That was my first and only trip to Europe. He's been back a few times with our son. The whole time we were there, as soon as he passed through the front gate, he started getting this sense of somebody tickling his head, somebody tickling his head, somebody tickling his head. And I am very strong mediumship. I have very strong medium connections. And so I really shut down so that I didn't, as I'm saying this, I didn't re-feel all the emotions that went with that, of all the people that had been there over the years that it was open. Um, and I say re-feel because I feel like I had a past life that ended there. Maybe not. No, I was at the Dachau. That's where we went, by the way. We went to Munich for our 4 days there, and we went to Dachau. Lovely. If you get to Europe and you want to go, Munich is a beautiful location. Anyway, um, it was, I knew that the camp no longer looked like it looked almost 100 years ago during World War II. Walking in, I knew that it was different. And not not from a, oh yeah, you can tell that things have changed. No, it was from a, this doesn't look the same as it did when I was here sensation. And so I will say this, if you do ever go to that kind of location, it's hard. It's really hard. It is really hard from the sense of being an empath and being a medium and feeling all the remaining energy there. And it doesn't matter that they have done as much energy cleansing work that they have, and they've done a lot. It's still, it's still there. It's part of the structure. How can it not be? Um, so he felt that tingle across his head, and every once, and then when as we left, the moment he stepped outside of the gate, it stopped. So every once in a while now, he'll feel that little tingle on his head again. And it's always very interesting to him when it happens because he knows that that's like, okay, spirit of some sort is trying to talk to him, trying to get his attention. But we were talking about his connection and why he thinks he doesn't have good connection to his spirit guides or spirit in general, spirits in general. And as we were sitting here discussing it, I said, I feel like in a previous lifetime, you had a great deal of loss. And then I knew in that moment that he was alive during the plague. Um, who? And right now I'm having a dizzy spell over it. That's the other thing that's happening. My sense of all the things that are going on is so strong that I have a visceral reaction. A lot of people will get goosebumps or chills or, you know, they'll get a specific reaction. My two are I get dizzy and I get nauseous. Jane and I did a reading on the Villisca axe murders, Villisca, Iowa axe murders. I took it down. A couple reasons. Number one, it was a hot mess. Number two, YouTube automated transcript, put something in there that if you were just reading the transcript and did not hear the conversation, it was completely different meaning than what was said, and gave a perception of something that is not anything that either of us support or will participate in. So that video came down right away. For the two people who watched it, sorry. If you caught those issues, I'm so sorry. Um, so I knew right then he had been alive during the plague, and that a great deal of the things that he experiences in this lifetime, that difficulty with change, struggling with loss, grief, that type of thing, make a lot more sense. And in that conversation, we had started out sitting here at the table, and then we got up and we moved over and we were preparing dinner, and he said, "You were in Pompeo when the volcano erupted. You were buried in the volcanic in the eruption." And I said, "How did you know that?" And he said, "No, I don't know." So that was a fascinating conversation. And I am seeing him explore his spirituality a bit more. He also explained that as a child in this lifetime, he would hear spirits, but particularly his dad would send him down to the cellar in the basement to grab a bottle of wine. And when he was down there, he would hear a voice go, and I went, "No wonder why you shut out. Oh my gosh. If I had heard that, I'd be freaked out." I don't blame him. I don't blame him. So that really, we're exploring. He and I are exploring together, and I'm so excited to see where he goes with it. He's trying to use the divining rods. He's trying to use a pendulum. I'm not great at either one of those either, so we'll get there. Um, some other things that I wanted to talk about today is yesterday I watched a video by Trish Jaimes. I know you're like, are you like this mega Trish Jaimes fan? Know that I would say mega Trish Jaimes fan, but I'm a fan. I admire her work. I see her I see her talent, and not just like she's the creator of my favorite card decks. Um and I have multiples, and I have ordered some more so that I have all that are available. But anyway, my point is, she did a reading on Virginia Giuffre yesterday in the video that I watched yesterday, and I'll link that one below as well. And as she was talking, I was channeling Virginia the entire time. And let me tell you, that's a reading coming up for me. Yeah, that's a whole separate video. Because it was a lot. It was a lot. It was a lot. And I need to be careful with it because there's some really dark energy there. Um, anyway, so I do want to end this video on two notes, and that is Number one, I've got some new meditations coming up. I'm so excited to do them. That's the other part. I am getting downloads of meditation topics, just like it's just like raining it. I love it. It is so cool. I've had a very strong connection to spirit all my life. I knew in my late teens, early 20s that we chose our family, the people that we can come here and are with. I knew then that we chose the lessons that we were here to learn before we ever incarnated. I knew so much. I don't even know where to start on what I knew. I could see spirits. I could talk to them. I can remember being made fun of for seeing spirits. Like my aunt and uncle owned a very old house. It was built in the early 1800s, I want to say. Maybe late 1800. I don't remember. I don't know. It was built in the 1800s. It was an old house. And I could look out on the grounds. I could see people around the other houses in the neighborhood. I think the house that they had was the original, like a farmhouse on a large property at the time. But then over the years, the property was sold off and other homes were built. So I could see people. Um, I can communicate. Oh, that's speaking of going to a cemetery. My husband and I had, with our former dog, we walked her through the cemetery and came back with an attachment for the dog. It was a young man, adult body, but there were some developmental disability in the lifetime that he had. But the loved animals. And so that was an interesting, it was an interesting experience as well. So that's just an example of all of the interesting things. And that's not even like half of them. Like I said, Jane and I have a whole other video that will be long because we've had some really, really interesting experiences. And then, so I've got some meditations coming up. And last but not least, I want to say welcome to the Soul School. Her name is Susanna, and she has a new channel out. I posted her channel in the posts section. And I just wanted to say she's a very interesting content creator. And I know that your time is precious, as everybody's time is. We are all busy and running from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. So when I give a recommendation to a new channel, please know that I have spent time on that channel. I have vetted. I know that your time is precious. And so when I give a recommendation to a channel, please know that it is a precious recommendation. It is with um, great respect that those recommendations are provided, that are given, it's seeing the value of their content and who they are and what they bring and how it can support and contribute to our community. So, okay, that is everything I wanted to get into this video. Oh, no, it isn't. Oh, no, it isn't. I missed the entire one that I really, really, really wanted to get in. Woohoo! I'm so glad I picked up my my agenda. So over the weekend, I slept in because what are weekends for? I woke up fairly early, but I stayed in bed reading a book as you do on a Saturday morning. And when I rolled over, I looked at my clock and it said 11:11. And I went, "Aw, thank you," because I know that that's an angel number. For me, that is a spiritual number. And when I looked it up, it is you're on the right path. You are fulfilling your soul purpose. And so 111 and 11:11 are my consistent angel numbers. So I said, "Aw, thank you. I love you." And when I did that, I heard, "You're welcome," from one. And then, "We love you too." Whew, from all spirits connected with my spirit. I've had some pretty fantastic spiritual moments in my life. That one was right up there at the top. So, anyway, I love you. Remember that you are made of stardust and magic. Ooh, you are far more powerful than you realize. And you are profoundly loved. Thanks for being here with me. Take care. Bye bye now. I had to find the off button, don't I? Ha! Blind as a bat without these glasses. All right, I'm done now. Take care. Bye.